This is The Sport, an open and honest conversation about life and love with me, STL Yamumo. Welcome to the second part of the season finale. The conversation was a bit lengthy. We got plenty of views and opinions, and we tried as much as possible to put up a variety of voices into this particular episode. Yes, so the season finale, there's part A and this is part B. Just having a recap of how the season has been like, and also talking about what you can expect in season 2. It's we're working on it, ensuring that we can make it better and more informative, and definitely have great laughs right here on The Sport.
You need to keep on saying STR Mumu many times. We like that.
With me, STL Yamumo.
Yeah, but I do think, let me just say that I do think you've taken a perilous road and a very uncertain road, and it's a road many people would want to stay away from, but I recognize that as an act of courage, Joa.
Okay.
Because you are undertaking the very one thing people would want to turn away their heads from.
Sure.
But it is not without cause. It is with very justifiable cause, because let me tell you, the gap that you are feeling in the society is that none of our parents, and STL, I invite you to challenge me if my theory is wrong. None of our parents talk to us openly about sex.
Yeah.
Mike Mondo was also a very interesting one. Just getting for him to say what people think media personalities should be and what it actually happens and how everything plays around. Yeah,
and I really liked his perspective on, like, I think I was really relating to whatever you're saying. So you see, you being in the limelight, not necessarily even media personalities. Like, you see, for me, I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
I do events, I work at clubs. So there's always like a notion of, if you come to my workplace, it's either you come to support me or come help me with work. But if you come to my workplace and expect me to give you all that attention, then you're very wrong.
Would you say that was the worst thing you've ever done to break up with someone? Did you actually break up with her?
I think the worst breakup I've had was when I left someone in Naivasha. Because I found it was basically went for some event, and once the event, I was emceeing an event actually. So once the event was done, like, I was tired. I'd had a long day, and I remember telling her that, you know what, you should not come to Naivasha with me because I'll be working all through, and you won't have any time to hang out with me. But she didn't. She insisted. She can't miss that gig, and she wanted to come. And so she came, and while I was there, she got upset that I wasn't giving her attention, and she ended up going to party with her quote-unquote friends, and turns out her ex was one of those friends, and she didn't come back to the hotel room until I think 9 in the morning the next day, and she was saying that they've been drinking the entire time, but the fact of the matter was, I knew exactly where she was, because half the guys who were at that event were staying in more or less the same hotel, and so I had gotten a call earlier that night that, yo, where are you? I'm seeing your shorties here, from a DJ. And he was like, yo, bruh, I'm seeing your shorties here with some group of guys. She's over here sitting on some guy's lap in Manenos. She came back to the hotel. I told her, yo, I've paid for everything, and you enjoy yourself. I'm going back to Nairobi. And that was it.
For me, a club photographer.
We have Chalipa in the house.
So you see, it was really relatable, and I think most people don't have that conversation when they're getting intimate or into a relationship with each other.
With someone who's in the public domain.
Yes. And it's normally a problem in the long run when you see, maybe at times they just appear. You're busy over there with some lales, piga mdomo Kiswahili hapo hivyo.
And then boom.
And maybe even you're not even talking about you're not even vibing, maybe even just talking general conversation, or someone just came to chat you up. you see, now it's a problem. So I always say people also need to be open-minded.
Something got me in trouble, or a lot of reaction in regard to that particular episode with Mike Mondo. There's a part where he said that when you get a heartbreak, do whatever it takes for you to get over. And he mentioned that if it means you having sex with 15 women, do it. So long as you can overcome your situation, then go ahead and do it. I don't know, what do you guys think about that particular sentiment?
I think if you can work through it without being selfish, just putting in mind if probably you are the same or in the same shoes as the person probably or the lady you're going to use as an escape plan, how will it make you feel? Yeah, so if it will make you feel okay, I'll then probably go for it. But if it will make you feel bad, chill.
Okay.
For me, I'd say it just postpones the inevitable. Most men, we hide behind rebounding or doing that shit. Just go through that emotion. If you're going to cry, cry. If that's your medicine, cry. If liquor is your medicine, do it, because that's the thing. When you're high, your emotion automatically comes out. But this sort of rebounding with other women, you see, you'll shag the first one, shag the second one, maybe get trapped in the third one. You haven't healed yet.
Yeah.
So me, I'd say, just give yourself time. Just heal fast, because it's always a very big scar.
What makes it worse is he's talking about self-love and self-care. Yeah. But then, what he says in the first part, that you don't have to force someone to love you. He's right. Completely right. Don't beg for love. But then, the whole process, at he could get over that, sleep with 25 to do it. Is that self-love? Yeah, he contradicts his statement. Yes, the first statement is correct, but the second is not truly correct. Niko unajitoa out of the frying pan into the fire.
Joro, did you have a favorite episode?
I am not sure. I think the episode where we had Managu.
That was Uncut, where the one where ladies were talking about the first time experiences and the perspective of sex. Yeah,
it was an interesting episode.
My friends made me watch porn. It was like, I think 12 or 13. So yeah, that's where almost all my sex knowledge comes from, until I grew up, and then now I know a few things from books. But yeah, porn. Go porn. For me, it was a weird first experience based on everything I'd seen.
My first time was actually amazing. I'm one of the lucky ones. He was my first boyfriend. We dated for a few months. He was amazing. He was gentle. He was very caring to my needs. How I felt, I was just like, this is the weirdest feeling I have ever felt in my life, because getting an orgasm is something that you haven't experienced before. So the first time you get it, it's like just that bliss and miracle. Like, oh my God, what is this feeling?
Both of you agree that the one episode for the ladies was a favorite for both of you?
It was interesting.
Yes.
It was interesting.
It was interesting.
Okay, so what was interesting about it?
I think in modern society we are at a place of my thoughts, my opinion. Yeah, we're at a place of this is what you have or a guy has to do to maybe pleasure a lady, and vice versa. But because in society it's always about the guy, but getting to hear what ladies think about this other end was really interesting for me.
Okay, how about you?
You kind of share the same sentiment because as much as we have lady friends, those really close friends, there's some details they'll never shed light on. Like you see now how those ladies really dove into it.
Was there anything that got you thinking, okay, got you back maybe to your drawing board and thinking differently?
Yeah, I'd say that, because you see most of the time, maybe at times I can say at times we are normally inconsiderate. At times you only think about yourself. Like, I think there's a lady, was she called Pinky? Was she calling herself Pinky, or like she's saying?
You're very keen to details. Thank you for that.
For us to enjoy, like I must think about you, and you think about me. We must have that connection. So for us to pleasure each other, we are both enjoying it. That was a really nice eye opener, and I think most people in relationship, they should really pick that up, because from what I've heard, most marriages, they're built on that.
Duru za kuaminika.
Yeah.
Duru za kuaminika.
Ati happiness starts from the bedroom. Yes.
Anyway. So let's have a flip question to that conversation and talk about what is that one thing that you wish your partner knew about you, or you would appreciate your partner knowing about you when it comes to matters relationship, matters intimacy.
Not perfect.
I'm young, I'm still learning.
Mbona unacheza chini? No way. Can we have some flesh into your answers?
I am not perfect. So what that means is you might have an ideology of probably what a fantasy of what you expect, and reality hits you and you get disappointed. So just having room for accommodation that I'm a human being and I am beautifully imperfect. Yeah.
Okay. Still learning, still exploring, I guess, for you?
Me, I'd say let's normalize talking about sex with our partners, like open conversations. So you guys have already seen each other naked, so what's there you guys are still hiding? Yeah? Just open up, like, yo, me, I don't like when you do this and this. And for me, I think I'm always open about it. I'm always like, it's like an interview. Follow-up questions must follow. So, how's the experience? Yeah. If
on a scale of 1
to 10, how's the experience? You see, like, no, not immediately, but obviously you'd be a creep. It's like, hey.
Not the pillow talk.
So maybe I know after maybe you guys have had sex and everyone has left, later on you talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's not just say I really had a nice time when you were visiting Nini. Let's dive deeper and say, yo,
this is what I liked.
This is what
to be precise.
Yeah, this is what I liked, and you tried here, but you can do better. And now you can tell me what you didn't like. You see?
Okay, that's interesting, because what's the worst thing you've ever been told that you are not good at? I mean, you're learning. You said yourself, you're learning.
So here's the thing. It still goes back to, I was having a fling with someone.
Yeah.
Clearly I was not thinking about them. Me, I didn't know they were about to reach their climax. So kumbe me, I was just thinking about myself. So me, I was not even watching out for signs like, yo, I'm getting there, man. Yeah, you're about to cut out, but you guys.
Bado uko mbali sana.
Kenyatta.
So me, I was not watching out for that, and she was really disappointed in that. And she was like, Maze, you just be considerate, Maze. So that's what I'm saying. You have to think about the other person.
And I'm glad we're at this juncture, because the whole point of having this podcast was that we can have an open and honest conversations about life, love, and sex. Just the same way we talk about food without, it's so okay. But when it comes to sex, it's in hushed tones. And
actually, there are 2 episodes that were my favorites.
Okay.
And number 1 was the conversation with Mike Mondo.
Okay.
Honestly, I love the fact that despite he is a public figure, he was so willing to come out in a very honest way to speak up about his love life.
Okay.
And I love the fact that, by the way, why do we ladies act desperate? How do you go on begging for love?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could not understand. According to him, it was like, we women, sometimes we act desperate when it comes to love. If someone doesn't like you, just walk away. Self-love is paramount. Do that. You know, there's this quote by Maya Angelou. Love liberates. It doesn't bind. That's ego. So when ukiachwa, unaachika tu, kitemwa temeka. You know, if someone doesn't love you, don't beg. Just wish them well and walk away. It's
easier said than done, trust me.
No. You know, love is a very beautiful thing. But also, love can feel like stabs of a sword. If you're not careful, you can do something crazy. So I love the conversation.
And there's a very thin line between love and hate. One moment you're loving someone, the next moment you totally hate this person. Yeah.
So if you're not careful on what you're doing, and if you let your emotions carry you away, you're gonna do something crazy. And of course, every woman should carry their own weight. I love that phrase, by the way.
So when mse wa kutuma fare ama when mse wa kuja nitalipa Uber.
No, mimi mse wa jilete. Kauna pesa ya Uber basi kao. But if you're a woman, you should be able to handle your own. Like if you know you can't afford to come to meet me, then probably the little money you have, you need to keep it to do something that's going to help you grow, as opposed to coming to meet me. And then what? Those kind of women, I consider them a liability. Yeah, because even if it's it's like that first date, Manenos. Okay, you'll send me an Uber to come meet you at a restaurant. For me, I'll cancel that date. Yeah, I'll be like, honestly, you can't. You want. I don't know you. We're just meeting for the first time, and you already want me to get into financial responsibility for you. Now, misi kujui. No. It doesn't work like that. Every woman should carry their own weight, even if you're going for a booty call. Come on, punch, ya Uber.
Gender ametanuka and is not ready anymore kubeba ufala. So the story of kubeba fare is a no.
Yeah.
Jibebe.
That's
the word, jibebe.
Jibebe, or use the money to upgrade yourself, like you said.
That was the key.
Yeah.
So my next favorite episode was with William.
Okay.
First of all, I loved the fact that he had good command of the Queen's language. It was a very interesting conversation, by the way, and he was very open with his love life. From him, I understood even men can be loyal to their feelings.
Which is a beautiful thing.
So we were in an entanglement, right? And I mean, like, I would say most girls, but really most humans, you crave a title, but you crave also a definition. What are we doing? Some stability. And I couldn't commit because my mind was still with Patsy. Or my heart was still with Patsy. So, I mean, I dragged my feet for another month. After like 2 months, I was like, okay, fine. Another like further 2 months. Said, okay, fine. I need to ask Tracy out officially because she's the one I'm with. I need to do the right thing, quote unquote. Okay. But I remember when I was driving over to her house, I kept on asking myself, am I doing the right thing, or just feel like we've spent a lot of time together, so just do it. So then I asked her out. Tracy said no. Yep, Tracy said no. First, let me tell you, it was the first time I'd been rejected,
Like properly. Asking someone out and then they say an outright no.
Yeah. So it was a very different. I was like, what do you mean?
What?
Yeah. She said no, and she was not rude about it. She was just very firm, and she said no. And I mean, I was very honest. I didn't want to lie. So the reason I've taken a while is because I was confused about you and Patsy, and I was very honest. And for me, that's the thing. Afadhali niseme tu ukweli, unichukie.
Okay. I
don't want to live a life of secrets. Actually, I'm dead, and then someone like, his other wife, where? Everyone will know everything. So she said no. And she told me, you didn't choose me early on when you had the chance to choose me. And for now, no. And I mean, that was tough rejection. But I really applaud that girl. such a firm girl, eh? Gold, she's gold, man. So
since he's not over the ex, and if he feels if he gets into another or he commits to someone else, he's gonna hurt the person because atampatia 100%. And this is what I like about William, because even me, it was hard for me to get into a relationship because I wasn't over my ex.
Okay.
So if you can't love, if you can't commit, don't even start. Don't just stop.
So one should heal first and then move on to the next relationship.
Yeah, look for a hobby. Buy a dog if you can. But don't go toying around with people's hearts. It's not fair.
So what are you doing about your situation? The fact that you are not able to move into a new relationship because you weren't over your ex. So what's next for you?
I keep myself busy with other things. I go out with friends, I read books, I listen to music, I work. My schedule is full.
I wish you all the best, and I hope that one day you can come to the podcast and we can share your beautiful love story.
Oh, it will be a pleasure. And of course, I love the intro song of the podcast.
Oh, yeah!
It's amazing.
Okay, you love the soundtrack. Yeah. Thank you so much for your feedback.
You're welcome. You're welcome, girl.
No, every good thing. Every good thing has there are episodes maybe felt were not up to standard or were a bit on the low.
Yes.
Which one in particular?
From the first episode, remember when you launched the podcast, from the first episode, I really shared it wide, and I had so much feedback. But I think most people were excited about it. They really loved the conversation. But now people in our sector, they were really they're really sensitive about the sound.
The sound.
Yes.
Oh.
It's like it was really imbalanced.
Okay,
yes,
the sound.
So apart from that, most people really like that.
Okay. Yes. I like the way you're very polite about giving the negative feedback. You're like, choosing your words wisely. Thank you for that. It makes me feel really nice that soft punches. Yes, the sound was a challenge. We're still working on that. I hope it gets better in season 2.
Yes.
For you, what was a bit off? Was there an episode that maybe you felt this one could have been better? Or, technical hitches here and there? I don't know. How was it for you?
Let's wait for the KU. The language. Because I believe the topic at hand is a topic that can be taught or can be in conversation with within a family, putting in mind the different age gaps and also the different people. I believe that language should be one of the elements to be considered. Yeah, because you can't have you and your parent listening to somebody say "T." Yeah.
So the language is a bit off.
Yes.
Okay. So season 2 is around the corner. Definitely hoping that it will be bigger and better. So one of the things that we're looking forward to ensuring that is way better is the sound. The quality of production will definitely be better. Also the quality of conversations. So we're looking at having more conversations. Before I even talk about the snippet for season 2, what would you like to hear in season 2?
I think for me, I will definitely want to have a bit of educational stuff. Not necessarily, because I believe there is a lot of educational material for the ladies.
Yes.
So for the guys, like sexual health and reproduction health, such stuff for the guys, I believe that will be a key point. Yeah, because this is something we share away from society. So yeah, I think it will be okay to hear that in season 2.
Okay.
For me in season 2, I'd really like us to have maybe if you can have a marriage counselor or something. You know, we are
experts.
Yes, the expert. We are really.
Somebody wants to get married.
No. Here's the thing. It's kind of sad. It's not a bad thing, but it's kind of sad that you see most of my peers. So let's say guys around 20s. So many of us are really rushing into marriage. You're still a baby, you're marrying a baby, or 3 babies in the house. You get a baby or 3 babies in the house.
This reminds me of Adam by Giuliani, where I think it's called Hella, where he says people get married to make sex legal.
Yes. And it's really sad, Yenny. So many people are being trapped by maybe pregnancies. Yes.
Having a good
lifestyle, and we are really rushing into marriage. And you see, like a year down the line, these guys are separated, maybe with a toy, maybe there's violence involved, and there's so much. I'd really like if you can have someone just speak around that topic. I really appreciate that.
It has been an amazing journey, and I can tell you for sure I'm looking forward to an even better season 2. If you enjoyed our conversations, kindly leave a comment below. You can get me on social media. Let us connect on Facebook and Instagram at STL Yamumo, and on Twitter at Miss Yamumo. And also let your friends and family know about the podcast. Yeah, share with friends and family, and let the word spread about how awesome the Sport Podcast is. And be on the lookout for season 2. It's gonna be coming out pretty soon. More informative, more entertaining, and definitely we're gonna be having a great time right here on the Sport Podcast. It's that time to kiss and say goodbye. I'll see you soon on season 2. Mwah.